Hello again, viewers, and greetings, fellow space travelers. This is Thorn of Night, and welcome back to another day on Performium on the Duck SMP. And I am here in the little alchemist grotto. I've decided to go ahead and place some water to better envision the space. I'm going to be taking it out so I can change the blocks, but I just wanted to get this in place so I could get a better look at it. And today we have some more work to do on the lake. I want to see if I can get that hammered out. This is a hopefully a quick project. I've gotten some materials that I want to put towards it. In fact, recently I had someone helping me get some clay blocks, and so that's going to be nice. So let's get out there. But on the way, my head would like to ask something of you. If you would be so kind, please scroll down just a little bit and click that subscribe button. That's all he asks. It makes him happy. See that? He's happy. All right, let's get going. I have an idea. Actually, I have a couple of ideas as a result of this. I was trying to figure out an idea for how to make cattails. I I don't know how pervasive cattails are, but here we have wherever there is pooled water, there is a chance of finding these wonderful plants that on the very top is this what looks like a brown hot dog. And if you puncture or bend this thing, it erupts into this massive fluff ball of a seed pod. And the design for it is, the way it grows in nature is this tall green stalk topped with a dark reddish brown hot dog, for lack of a better term. It's a forbidden hot dog. And in 1.12, there's not really a graceful way to make something like that. So I decided to do that. And I just realized something after I placed this. If I were to set, say, four of those down, say one here, one there, and then maybe one here and one here, and then put some green figure on it with a tail going off one way, a little bit of a head here, it would look like some sort of lizard legs in my assessment anyway. I will have to fiddle with that and see how terrible it looks, but I definitely want to try that out and see if I can make something that looks good. I have been working on this out here. It is smoothed out, dug down, and ready to receive sand and gravel and clay and everything else. I have this to work on, and it shouldn't take me a whole lot of time, but things happen. I'm going to put the sand and the other blocks in, but I'm going to hold off on the water until I'm completely done with everything else, probably. But I think that I have everything I need to get started on this, so that is what I am going to do. I'll be back. Well, that part is done, and I have come to two conclusions. One, there is a low spot over here, and I need to build it up one more layer so that there's some ground. I will probably be bringing this wall down to meet with this and have it contoured, but until then I want there to be actual terrain here, so I'll build this up a little bit, uh, sort of like what I did over here, where I just put a couple layers in so it looks like it's meant to be there. Same thing over here. Built this up. I just apparently forgot to measure over there, and that's fine. Uh, but then I'm going to be building one more layer of sand up so that the shoreline of this lake is all sand. But I had a thought. If this is going to be the inside of a tree, and if the material, the dirt, is going to be decomposed wood, then it would make sense if some of the sand has a more wood-like property. So I'm thinking some of the the top layer of sand and then blended down ought to be an intermix of this red sand so that we can get a sort of a gradient. Then I have set aside here a few blocks that are going to also be used as part of the palette. Prismarine, what's it called? Bricks, diamond blocks, and these sea lanterns. And what I'm going to be doing is around where I put a sea lantern for light, I'm going to be putting a splash of these colors as a sort of maybe implication that they're some sort of glowing lichen or something like that. Then in little patches all around, I'm going to have the clay and maybe also some other patches of the red sand. And then here and there, I'm going to have some prismarine. Now, if we watch this prismarine long enough, we'll see that it changes color. And so I can't really have it match exactly what I want it to for the color tone, but it does have that sort of middle ground of granularness that, for instance, cobblestone has. It's not as chunky as a brick. There you go. Now it's blue instead of green. But instead it has these big lumps, but they're not too big. The other reason why I wanted to do the red sand is because if I'm going to have this sort of bluish green, but mostly bluish tinge, I wanted to have at least a bit of an orange tinge to make the blue pop even more. And that's the contrasting colors thing. So uh, I know it's not exactly the same contrasting color that, for instance, these blocks would need to have the exact opposite, but it's in the right family, and it's as close as I'm going to get with that sandy, grainy appearance. So that's where I'm going to be going with this. I'll get that in place, but I did have another thing that I wanted to show off. You can do a little something on here where if you want to change the colors of text on the sign, you have to add some sort of ampersand argument. So if I go magic and then ampersand 3 force and then ampersand 3 again, field, and done, takes those ampersands, applies it to the next word, and presto, you have colored text on a sign, magic force field. So that's what I'm going to use to hold back the water. I was originally going to have some glass, but I thought, it doesn't make sense to have to come up and swim up through this little channel and all that. So I'm just going to have, a magic force field. That's how you get in and out of the lake. It's just going to be that easy. So that was my thought there. So what I'm going to do next is adjust the shoreline over there, maybe do a little bit of tweaking around here, bring it up one more layer with sand, and then have the red sand interspersed, and then do a little experimentation with the prismarine, diamond, and all that, and also try to figure out how I want to get the clay to be mottled in through here. So that's next on the agenda. I'm going to get to work. I'll be right back. All right, here we are at the magic force field that's going to hold back the water, and I have placed in some of the red sand that I was talking about. And what the idea is I'm going to have the shore actually be bits of wood and pods all piled up, and it's going to be slowly decomposing. And then where I have the grass, there's probably going to be a little bit of clay, and then it might be an actual patch of grass, maybe some mycelium. But I want this to be not just the rolling hills of a plains biome or whatever. I want this to actually be reminiscent of some sort of like decomposing, decaying log or tree stump. So I have some things that I'm envisioning. Speaking of the block palette, I suppose I should show this. This is going to be underwater, obviously, but this is the waterfall, and I wanted there to be some sort of delineation between the terrain and where the water is coming in. I'm going to have some extra water coming in here, and I want to have like a statue or something, some sort of fantasy water source that's just providing infinite flow of water, and it's going to be some more of that prismarine base design, and there's going to be blocks around there that make it stand out. And then that some of that prismarine is going to come through here, and then it's going to spill into this, and that's why there's the prismarine specifically in this lake. One other thing that I wanted to do is I'm going to be helping the best beast love fix this place up a little bit and actually make this be a little bit more modest little bridge, and then I'm going to have a sort of diagonal bridge come over here. This is going to be a little bit of an entrance, maybe to a cave, maybe an entrance to a large part of the underground. I haven't decided, but I want to use this big flat surface. I was thinking of just smoothing it down and making it a nice rounded hill, but it seems to me like it would serve better as an entrance, so that's what I'm going to do, and I will have to dig around underneath and see. I know that there is a lava pool somewhere around here. You can hear the popping. So I don't know if that extends over this way. I'll have to find out. But anyway, I have more work to do. I will be back. All right, I have gotten all of the spots for the accents filled in that I'm going to be doing, all of these smaller ones as well as a few big ones here and there. And as you can see, I've started filling it in with water. And before I got ahead of myself, I just wanted you to get a look, see what the accents look like. It's just more of the same or similar blocks that I'm uh, going to be using for the rest of the stuff, like over in the waterfall and all that. I am going to have to figure out exactly how to design the statue that the water is coming from, but that'll be something else. First, though, I want to finish the lake. So as you can see, I have begun filling it with water, and when it is finished, I will be right back. Oh, and I have some terrific news. Squids naturally spawn in the lake. This is wonderful. I I am thrilled about this. I probably won't be using this as a sort of black ink kind of farm. I could do that somewhere else, but this is terrific news. I've decided I'm going to put as the pathway, there's no reason not to just put lily pads. So instead of going with this whole support thing and all that, I'm just going to do lily pads straight across. That's a perfect bridge. I might do, I might keep a bridge there, a little small one, but over here, more lily pads. There's no reason for it to be in just this insane mess of uh, extra. Oh, oh, are we going to get some free ink? Rip. Effing chat for the squid. Anyway, I'm going to continue filling this up all the way to this level, put in some plants, put in the pathway, and I think I might just be done. And let me finish this lake and see what comes up. I'll be back. Figured I should mention something because it isn't necessarily intuitive and not everything in Minecraft is, and that's okay. One of the things about how water works, especially in more recent versions, uh, it didn't always work like this, is if you have solid, just complete water source blocks underneath where you are trying to make a new layer of water, it will automatically fill in the next layer up with source water blocks. And so I can now dig, well, bucket the water from there and fill in that way, and it automatically just goes all the way over and does all of the infinite source blocks. And that works because everything down here is a source block. If I were to just put water up here on the wall and try to get it to go around. It would just be a bowl of waterfalls. And that's not what I'm going for. I want this to be a complete pool of water. So I am filling from the bottom up, one layer at a time. And that's really the only way to do it. It's a little tedious. You have to go around the contours and fill in corners and things like that there, and come around over here. So it's a little tedious, but you know, it gets the job done. But I just thought I'd share that. It's not intuitive, and it's the only way to really fill in a body of water without having it be just this massive pool of flowing water. And that's really all I had to say. I'm getting back to work. All right, the lake is full, well, almost completely full. I figured I would record the pouring of the last bucket of water and let it cascade on over. It's not cascading. Oh, the last 2 buckets of water? No, something funny is going on here. Uh-oh. Is there... Oh, wait, no, that was just another water physics nonsense that I've been contending with. But yeah, this is the lake. It is full of water, and I guess the next step is for me to make it full of vegetation. I don't know why it's dark over here. Um, maybe maybe it thinks it's nighttime. No. Okay. Uh, oh, more squids. Yep, this is great. Oh, by the way, in case you didn't know what I just did there, I had my bucket in my hotbar and I had sea lanterns on me. So if I mouse wheel click on the sea lantern, it brings it to the hotbar location where I am mouse wheel clicking from. So I can have, say, a whole inventory full of an assortment of blocks and say I needed to get some more of this. While I was working on that, I would just mouse wheel click and it would pop to my hotbar. So you don't have to worry about filling your hotbar with things, and you don't have to worry about coming back here and swapping out. You just mouse wheel click. So just to show that off again, let's say I wanted to get some cobblestone. Now it's in my hotbar, and now I switch back to the sea lanterns. It's that easy. As you can see, I did use a fair amount of diamond blocks for decoration all over the place. So this is a moderately expensive pool. I mean, diamonds are really the only thing that you can't infinitely get. However, actually, with the crates, I think you can, come to think of it. Uh, so maybe you can, like the supply crates and whatnot, you can possibly get diamonds. And also kits. I think kits give diamonds too. So maybe it is an infinite supply. Interesting. What is not an infinite supply, however, is stone and cobblestone. Oddly enough, because cobblestone generation is disabled on the server, it is feasible that someone with massive amounts of time and willpower, like maybe me in the future of trying to figure out things to do, might be able to remove all the unclaimed stone and cobblestone in the world. I probably won't do that though, because once that happens, they're likely to just reset the server, and that would be a sad day for me and all of my build projects. So it's just a thought. They are not an infinite supply. Diamonds are infinite and cobblestone is not. What kind of world are we living in? All right, so I need to get some sugarcane. I have a bunch. And I'm going to get some lily pads and maybe some, you know what? Leaf blocks. Do I have some here? Not in there. Not in there. Well, I can just do this. I'll come over here. I will steal a leaf block. Leaf blocks if I put them out in the water, yeah, they still push the water out of the way and it's no longer able to be the same perspective as like oh, what mod is that? Is it Biomes of Plenty? I think it's Biomes of Plenty has this algae that you can put on the top of water, or Between Lands has some and some other mods. But I think that this could be passable algae. That way I could have some lily pads algae and also some sugarcane as seaweed or whatever. I think that's doable. So I'm going to go get some plant life and finish off this little project here and put you back where you live. Look at the squids. And I think that'll probably be it for today. So let me do that. I'll be back. So I'm here at spawn because I remembered something that's going to be useful information relating to something I did earlier in the video, uh, the sign color text thing, and I just wanted to show something that I don't think I did talk about previously. This is the mystery box, or the mystery vault, I guess this is what it's called, but this is where you get the mystery boxes taken care of. And depending on your rank, it goes iron, lapis, redstone, gold, diamond, emerald, bedrock, and then netherite. I think that's it. I think it's those 8. Higher ranks allow you to open higher tier mystery boxes. I'm gold rank, so I can open tier 4. But the reason why I'm here is not to talk about that specifically. It is more to talk about this. When you open these mystery boxes, and I'll just go ahead and open one up. Ah, there we go. There's an example right down there in the bottom. I was hoping it would happen. It says that I found an epic ghost miniature, but I already had it. So instead it gave me 192 mystery dust. That mystery dust gets used down here for crafting mystery boxes. It takes 550 to craft a 5-star, but it only takes 400 to craft a 4-star. Let's craft one because now I have, let's see here, 519. So I can craft this. Oh, and you can see I have 2 5-stars. So if I do this, I have crafted one. Now I've got a 4-star. And let's see what I get. A penguin hat. Delightful. All right, I'm going to go see if I can hunt down the thing that I was remembering. I'll be back. All right, so I found the place at spawn that I was looking for regarding the signs. This is a list of all the codes, the format codes for how to make not only colored text, but also bold, underlined, italic, and strike. Now it says only Lightning can do format, and what that is referring to is on Skyblock Network, you see the SBN down there, uh, the Lightning rank was only the only one able to do the formatted text. Now on Performium, I don't know if it's any old rank or even if rankless can do colored text. I'm not sure. I'll have to ask around. But if you are able to do it, this is how you do it. You do the and then you do the and then you do the either number or character, and then you immediately type some words or numbers, some text on your sign, and it will become that color or other format. So that's how you do it. Anyway, I have a lake to finish. So there's a little trick that I learned when placing these and making the custom cattails, and that is if instead of placing a block next to where you want to have the fence, if you just put the fence directly on top of it, it obviously can't go there, so it tries to place the fence and it goes in the airspace above it, and then you can place the cactus. Saves a whole lot of time. But this is the end result. I have a little clutch, a clustering of some cattails right there. And also here's some algae and some lily pads. And oh, look, here's the whole lake with lots of little clusters of cattails everywhere. The pathway, the pathway is done. Pathway over there is done. I, for now, have just a single block to come down. I'll smooth this out later. Yeah, this is the lake. It is done as it's going to be for now. There are some strange things happening with the lighting, and I think what I'm going to have to do is just put in some additional sea lanterns or something so that there is lighting in here. I think, unfortunately, mobs can spawn here. Mobs can spawn where there is sugarcane because it is a whole block to spawn on, and if it is dark conditions, they seem to be spawning down here in the water and then coming up and, shooting at me or trying to explode my face. So I have that to contend with. But other than that, the actual lake part of the lake is, for the most part, done. I just have some minor fiddling to do, and I'm happy with it. The cattails look really nice, much nicer than I was expecting. I may Now I will reduce the amount of sugarcane around the edges. Probably just keep the sugarcane sort of near uh, where the cattails are, and then leave some of the other spaces a little bit more empty, so it doesn't just look like it's overgrown with sugarcane. Because I think, yeah, that looks way better. Less is more. All right, I'll be doing that, but not right now. Right now, I'm just going to go ahead and wrap things up. I spent enough time on this project. We've discovered a few things. I've shown you some neat tricks, and I have practiced building some things that I had in my head as ideas. I've always wanted to do some sort of a lake build, and I have never gotten around to it, and I haven't really paid any attention to other people's builds. So I've wanted to come up with things on my own. So what I'll probably do is, now that I've got this built, I'm going to maybe go look at what other people are doing and see if there are some other tricks that I could employ here and make it look a little bit better. But we'll see. We'll see. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to get back to you. If you like this video, please give a like. I do appreciate it, and it does help. And also, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, because I would like to see how many subscribers I can get. I want to try to grow my channel after that reset that took my 72,000 hours watched and made it null and void and started me from zero. I also have a Discord, and I will leave a link down below for that. If you want to join, all you have to do is come over and click a roll. You'll see what I mean. And once you do, you're a member for good. There's bunches of things to do and an opportunity to pester me. Also, I will leave a link to Performium so that you can come on to play this server if you want to yourself. Maybe come by, say hi. But I am going to go ahead and wrap up today. Thank you very much for watching once again. This is Thorn of Night, and I will talk to you later.